Yo, 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 what's going on, everyone? It's your boy, Skilled Fawn, and we're back doing another challenge run. In today's challenge run, we're going to be doing a tools-only Elden Ring run. So tools include, like, the Spirit Wraith Calling Bell, the Ancestral Infant's Head, the Omen Baron, and the Regal Omen Baron. There's also the Shackles for both of the Omen Twins you can use. I've got to defeat Mohg and Malenia, at least attempt to. Gotta beat the game. And lastly is glitches and or exploits are allowed. And if you guys are interested, the music is the Frenzied Flame music. So yeah, we're gonna start in Limgrave and make our way towards Melina and getting Torrent. And once we get Torrent, we're gonna get the Dectus medallion pieces and also progress our way to getting the first tool, which is up in Liurnia. And yeah, we're gonna do the Godric skip and head on this chest where we're able to get the Spirit Calling Bell. Now this tool is quite laughable with its damage. Luckily it does scale. It's not like a Demon Souls where like all the tools and stuff like that, they don't scale with your stats. Which is nice. It helps to make the damage even better. But I also wanted to get a few runes, so I figured why not? We'll cheese Grail. One of my favorite cheeses in the game. Just get the Flying T-Pose Dragon. And yeah, so once we take care of him, we get like 80-ish, 80k worth of runes. We're able to get at least like 20 plus levels. Very helpful. And a bunch of the tools do scale with just faith and intelligence, so I will be mostly leveling up that alongside like mind and then vigor. But yeah, we're gonna head into Altus, and because we're in Altus, that means we're able to activate Radahn's fight. We're gonna go fight him. And I figured at least just for this fight, since it's the first boss, we'll use some of the spirit summons or the summons in his arena. Depending on the challenge run, I won't use them. I'll just fight him solo, but figured with the damage we're getting on this one, we're probably gonna need it. So you'll see later on, even though I have really terrible damage, I solo pretty much every boss, if not all of them after this. But yeah, at this point, we do have nearly 10 flasks, maybe a little bit more, like 11. I figured more flasks the merrier, and it just gives us more damage. And you definitely do see the pro to using this one tool is it has really good tracking, and it actually like lasts a decent time. But so one of the reasons too I wanted to take Radahn out was because the second tool is in Nokron, so we need to take him out. We have the bell now and the ancestral head. I'd say overall the head is slightly better just because you're gonna get lingering damage on the ground. But yeah, we're just gonna keep on firing away. I mean, that's kind of the bad thing is like even at this point, we're just getting such low damage on Margit. Luckily though, we are getting some yellow damage whenever we hit him, but it's still pretty abysmal. And yeah, eventually we take Margit out. We're gonna head on over to Godric. The nice thing about taking down Margit is we get the Talisman Pouch, and after we take down Godric, we'll get another one. You get one after killing Margit, and then get another one once you kill 2 of the Great Rune Bearers. And you get the fourth one once you get into Lindell, but that's not for a little bit. Yeah, even against Godric, these tools are, you just tell their damage is starting to go really far down. And I was quite happy because doing the RL1 plus 0 really did prepare me for this run. Very used to that, like, low damage. And, you know, just having to have all these prolonged fights. But, yeah, while Godric is giving a spiel, we'll talk about what's going on next. So, next we're gonna head into Lindell, not before getting Godric's Great Room. This is gonna give us +5 stats, like all the way around, so like vigor, mind, everything. And then once we get past DTS, we're able to get the Omen Baron, which is super crazy version of the Wraith Calling Bell. It fires like at least like 5 or 6 of them instead of just one at a time. But it does take a little bit of time because you have to like charge it up. And yeah, I'm definitely not showing like all the clips where I die or whatever, but DTS definitely did take me quite a bit of time just because that one lightning attack he does, it's very, very tough to avoid while you're on the horse. On like foot, it's pretty easy, but yeah, we're just gonna speed on through this. And this is the point too where like all the bosses, they're gonna take at least like 10 plus minutes in their fight. And yeah, we get DTS down, we get some nice runes, and we're gonna head on further into the capital. Like I mentioned, we're gonna go down into the subterranean shunning grounds. We're gonna get the Omen Baron. And in this run, definitely the tool I used the least was the Omen Baron, just because you get a much better version once you kill a Morgott. Does a lot more damage. I think it sends more of them out, so it's just very worthwhile. And yeah, we get the Omen Baron. Basically like that exploding mix flask piece, but once you actually use it, it like pops out all these things to attack them. I mean, it's not unlike a mage type build, but you definitely have to play it a little bit differently. Especially like in regards to the damage. If I was a mage, I would at least be dealing like 400, 500 damage every hit. But nope, we got 68. So yeah, with gold free, I'm just gonna run pretty much side to side. I figured it'd be like the most ideal situation. Though with a lot of bosses in this game, if you are too far away or you start doing like some projectile type thing, they'll just super sprint towards you. You do get them to about half health, which is very nice. I also should mention with the tools, none of them have any status effects. It's like purely just like magic or like faith, like no frost or bleed or anything like that. So yeah, it definitely does take a long time. Aside from the abysmal damage. And yeah, with gold free down, we got another boss super close by, which is Morgott, aka Margit. And yeah, usually with Morgott, I do have a bit of trouble just because of how quick he can move around. But eventually I did find a pretty decent strategy for him. And also, yeah, we are going to use the shackle. Why not? Some extra damage. Figured with how long this fight's already going to be, it'd be worth it. And yeah, there's a few ways to upgrade or at least get more damage without either leveling your character. You can put on some cosmetic type stuff that will boost your damage alongside, you know, like some talismans. And yeah, late game, that is going to be very sought after. And yeah, definitely stick around for the Malenia and the Mohg attempts. That was some of the craziest fights in this game. Definitely like one of the hardest for my challenge runs. I'd say this and like RL1 plus 0 were the toughest. Though, I mean, there's definitely an argument that could be made where like any run where I've had like low vigor was probably just as tough. Even the the strength only run, like even though I had like a crap ton of damage, you can still get like one shot super easily. So that's one thing that this run has over some of the other ones. But yeah, we've taken down like quite a bit of the shard bears, which is very nice. I figured Renala was gonna be quite a pain just because she is magic resistant or like uh, intelligence resistant. That's like basically intelligence, you know, scales with your magic damage. And yeah, good little, I guess, exposition for the Regal Omen Baron. You can see it does quite a bit of damage. Able to get her half health. So I wasn't able to get it in 2 rotations. I would have liked to, but... And so yeah, usually I would run in and then, you know, do jumping R2, get some extra damage, but because of how things are, can't really do that. But it does stun Renala whenever you use this, so you could actually just keep spamming it over and over. Probably be fine. Oh yeah, she's gonna summon her moon, which basically cancels out my ability. And yeah, there we go. We're gonna take Renala down. And yeah, not too much. We're about like a little more than halfway through this game. So yeah, with pretty much all the main bosses that like are, you know, on the mainland besides Rykard, I definitely could not take him out with tools. I don't think. Him and Fire Giant have the most health in the game, I believe. So it was just very difficult. And yeah, after some Fire Giant fails, I figured we should probably do something a bit different. So we're gonna head on over to the Halig tree. We're gonna get the missing medallion pieces. This is one of the cheese methods you can do. Basically jump off the map and then it deloads the area, killing the boss. And yeah, so now we're in the Halig tree area before. We're in like the consecrated snow field or whatever. And yeah, I figured at this point, like I'm not really like fighting any bosses. We'll just start progressing some of the sideline NPC type stuff, and you know, getting talismans, whatever. So my headpiece that I do have is gonna give 20% extra damage, and then I believe that talisman gives like 10 or 20% extra magic damage. Um, and the cosmetic is just for the ancestral head. But this is one like a good way if you're ever doing like a low level run, or you know you're just having tough with Sanguine Noble up in the consecrated snowfield. If you run super far away after you spawn him, he'll despawn and then be able to go through the teleporter. That was definitely it helped me so much in my R01+0 because I was fighting him for at least like an hour, maybe two, and I was just dying over and over until I found out about that cheese where you can just deload him. But yeah, as some of you may know, Fire Giant is one of my least favorite bosses in this game. I I don't know, especially his phase 2. I actually do enjoy his phase 1 quite a bit, but his phase 2 can just be quite annoying. Uh, and so yeah, it takes at least like 15-20 minutes, I would say. I mean, I'm not sure the specific, but around there. I'm sure you could map it out using the timer. But oh, Fire Giant. Eventually take him down, and we are gonna head on over to Fairmazula. Over in Fairmazula, we got 2 of the main story bosses. But one thing I was running into trouble with was how much flask I actually had. Because I mean, depending on the boss, I would either have to like max out my blue flask so I don't even have anything to heal, which was quite problematic because I would have to basically flawless each boss. So we're gonna go and get all the various golden seeds to get 14 flasks, and yeah, that's what we do. We get 14 flasks, and we're gonna, I think I usually do like, yeah, 410. Sometimes I'll do a 212 or, like a 014. Especially for the late game bosses, you need that. And so yeah, we're gonna go to Fairmazula, like I mentioned, and take down those bosses. Godskin Duo, I mean, depending on the run, they're usually in the back of my head. Uh, just because, I mean, usually any duo boss is quite difficult. And I did find this nice little method, though. You can spray the head through the actual, I don't even know if they're called like pillars or on these little like I don't even know what they're called, but yeah, you can spray through them. Get some really good damage, and if you're able to hit both of them too, it just works even better, more FP efficient. But yeah, we're just gonna try and take down Noble because I don't really like worrying about Apostle. I'm not super good with his moveset compared to like Noble. I know his moveset very, very well. Yeah, just trying to bait them into the actual damage zone. And yeah, it definitely does take some time, but we are able to get them very, very weak. And it definitely does make it a bit more difficult too when they actually destroy those like columns or pillar type like structures, because you don't have as much cover. Can be quite a problem. Especially like for some reason, Apostle, I guess he's just like slightly taller, so he can actually throw over some things. And yeah, I didn't have the Spirit Calling Bell or like anything else equipped, so I mean that would have been very useful for this, because yeah, literally just 80 damage. But yeah, we get another boss down, super, super nice. We're gonna head on into Malekith, or Beast Clergyman. And we're gonna do a very similar strat, though I would say it is not as effective. But I mean, it still is decently effective, but with Godskin Duo, you could shoot it through the pillar. which definitely made it a lot more efficient, and you didn't get in the way with a lot of the attacks, so you don't get hit as often. But yeah, after a very long time dwindling his health down, let's him into second phase. And yeah, like I mentioned before, we actually buffed up before a lot of these bosses, so we have really good sacred tier numbers on the flask, and we have a ton of flasks in general, along with my damage. And what would have made this fight really easy if I was able to take down Rykard, I could have used that tool that actually like parried him. But some things can't get everything. We're just gonna avoid the crap out of his black blade attack, not get hit by that. And yeah, because I mean that's the problem is with a lot of these prolonged fights. You're fighting them for a super long time, and you gotta be in your A game every second. And yeah, I wish some of these fights were quicker, but I mean, that's the challenge I chose, I suppose. And yeah, we fired Destined Death, and that means we're able to kill a god now. And so yeah, we're gonna head on over to America. And yeah, I mean, I definitely dislike Fire Giant, but I also kind of dislike Sir Gideon, though he's definitely, I mean, I don't know if I would say grown on me, but he's definitely become a lot more cooperative. And so for this run, we're basically just going to be spamming the Regal Omen Baron. You probably could do the Spirit Calling Bell too, but you just get on less damage. The nice thing about the Omen Baron, the regular Omen Baron, and then the Regal and the Spirit Calling Bells, they just have insane range. They can last a super long time. And Sir Gideon's spells just don't have that much range. So you're able to just keep them at bay for pretty much most of the fight, if not all. And yeah, there we go. We take down Sir Gideon. Definitely took a few tries, but it was quite fun just popping him that quickly. And yeah, now we're gonna take down Godfrey, Goldfrey's true version, not the like spirit version or whatever. And I just wasn't sure with this run what I should have done differently, because I mean the good thing is I found the right way to use the Ancestral's Head, but it might have been more efficient to actually use the Bell or the Regal Omen. Though, I mean, maybe not the Bell. That's the problem with a lot of these bosses, is if you are far away and you start doing these projectile type things, they will just super sprint towards you. But, I mean, Godfrey is a lot like, it kind of reminds me of like a Sekiro type fight, more so than like the other bosses in this game, where it's very like rhythmic, I would say. And like, I mean, obviously, you're not parrying like Sekiro, but a lot of the Sekiro fights are very rhythmic. Once you get into the groove of the fight, like parrying and stuff, very nice. But yeah, I did have quite a few of you when I was doing these sections in the stream. I'm very happy you guys came by and seemed like you guys were enjoying it. And I met a few people, so it was nice to see that you guys had the chat absolutely blown up. But yeah, next is Malenia, Blade of Mikola, the hardest boss in this game by far, I would say. Uh, who do you guys think is the next hardest boss? I'd have to say it would either be like Radagon or like, I mean, either Radagon, Mohg, or Radon, I think would have to be next ones. I don't see anyone else being too much difficult. But yeah, I don't want to bore you guys with the first phase, but this is basically all we're gonna be doing, which is spamming the crap out of the Regal Omen Baron. And if you are like very far away from her, she'll never like sprint at you. And if she does sprint at you, she'll sprint at you for like a very short amount of time. So you have to make sure you're always very far away. In second phase, you cannot do this because she loses like this ability to be passive. She's just like always on top of you. And probably not the smartest thing doing the Omen Baron there, just in case I needed that FP for anything else, but kind of made for like a funny moment when it when it started attacking her midair. But yeah, she is extremely aggressive, so you're just going to play it very safe. One thing I found that was, I guess, the best method for this was whenever she does an attack that you know you're going to have like a second or two to put the infant's head on the ground and then try and stand in its damaging aura. Get a decent amount of damage on her that way. So, like, sometimes she will just be outside, or she'll just actually, like, run through it, not really staying that long. And, I mean, sometimes you get these, like, really weird hitboxes where, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but you can actually hit her wings, I'm guessing, is what it is. But she's gonna pull every card from under her nose, try and take us down, but you know, we're not gonna give in. We're gonna take out Malenia, and gosh, this fight took a very long time and was extremely difficult, but I was happy nonetheless. And even before Malenia, I was trying Mohg, and I actually got so close. I think I show the clip in here, but I got him within like maybe a centimeter of his health bar left in his phase 2, so it was quite painful. I got a little too greedy. With Malenia though, it definitely took quite a few tries, but it was definitely doable, and I think, you know, Mohg is quite doable too, but whenever you do fight him, it just takes so much longer. And so yeah, look at that health bar. It was very saddening to see that, but you know, what can you do? I guess die more times to Radagon. And yeah, that's the thing about Radagon and Elden Beast is you can get really crap RNG and also just be kind of bad sometimes. But we're pretty much just going to be using the Ancestral's Head once again. I did go to Renala and respec just so we have pure intelligence. That's the only stat that this scales with. And you can just see, like, I'm getting nearly 1,000 damage, which is quite good. That's like, you know, basically one frost proc. Maybe like a little bit less, but I mean, that's still really good damage just for one. If he is blocking for a little bit, he will take significantly less damage, but not too much to worry about. Mostly I needed my my flask for second phase. Elden Beast just has a lot more health than Radagon, and a lot more difficult. And yeah, gosh, oh Elden Beast. Yeah, this fight, it took many tries, way more than like any of the other bosses gave me. Though I had quite a decent amount of practice, especially from doing RL 1+0. Me, a lot of great experiences with this game, like fighting them and learning. And yeah, I should mention, if you guys want to see any of these fights, like the full version, because I do condense them quite a bit, make it watchable for like a compilation, but head over to the VODs channel. You're able to see any run or let's play I do. All the content's over there. But yeah, he does the Elden Stars. We're gonna avoid that the best we can. That's one thing I do want to get better on over time, is actually like dodging those Elden Stars and trying not to get hit for when I do like a no death and no hit run, which is coming up very soon. I do plan to do that. But yeah, I mean, we basically take down Elden Beast. He's got like no health left. I was very scared to like accidentally press the wrong button when I'm supposed to dodge there, but yeah, that's that. Take down Elden Beast, and yeah, you guys were loving it in the chat. Love seeing you guys there to help support me, hype me up. And yeah, that is Elden Ring tools only. Quite the difficult feat, but nonetheless, we're able to overcome it. Took nearly like 3/4 of a total day, 18 hours total, which is not the longest for some of my challenge runs, but you know, definitely not the shortest. And yeah, while this is talking, I'll mention a few things. We've got some Sekiro type content coming out. Been doing AP1, which is attack power 1, and also I'm doing no shinobi prosthetics. And depending on what you guys vote on in my more recent polls, I may be doing a new game +7 like charmless run. And like there's a few other things in that poll, but I have been wanting to do DS2 for quite a bit, even though it's not my favorite of the FromSoft games. I do definitely enjoy it, you know, playing it from time to time. I don't think I could hit all the time for like you know, challenge runs, but you know, every once in a while I think would be fun switching it up. I'm sure some of you guys really enjoy DS2, so I want to make sure the content's there for that. But yeah, we got those two games. We've got some Need for Speed type stuff coming. I know you guys really enjoyed the stock cars for Carbon. That was a super fun run. And yeah, I'll probably do some more Carbon type stuff too, but I mostly enjoy Need for Speed. Just wanted a bit more of the 2005 version. I despise the 2012 version, but so yeah, there's gonna be a whole bunch of content coming, so expect that. And you know, of course, we got more Elden Ring stuff. We're always gonna be doing these runs. Elden Ring is easily my favorite of From Software games. If not, I guess like DS3 is tied for it. But one thing I like about Elden Ring a bit more is the open world, so you have a bit more freedom with how you go about things. But yeah, I greatly appreciate you guys coming, and have a fantastic day, Skilled Fawn. Out.